This video is brought to you in part by Grand Prix Originals USA. Enter coupon code AIRAMOTIVE for discounts.
Awesome climb. You're up.
Hi, I'm Stefan, a 747 pilot here in the USA. With this channel, I'll be applying my technical knowledge to another passion of mine, automotives and the culture that surrounds it. For the next few minutes,
30,
sit down,
20,
settle in,
10.
and hang on. Our next stop is Cleveland Aeromotive. All right, welcome back to Cleveland Aeromotive. I'm your host, Stefan Cleveland. Driving along the Florida Turnpike, going to do a little bit of a review, as you folks indicated you wanted some more details on this Renntech ECU tune. I live pretty local to the Renntech shop up in Stuart, Florida, so I actually just drove up there back in September of 2022, about 9 months ago, and I bought this box for $2,600. No? Okay, you don't believe me? All right, I lied. Okay, what I did buy, what was inside this box is a Renntech OBD tuner for your ECU, which allows you to flash your ECU back and forth between the Renntech tune and your factory tune. The Renntech tune is reported by Renntech to produce up to 540 horsepower and up to 705 pounds-feet of torque. Now, the nice thing about this, having this OBD dongle with you, is that it allows you to take your car into service at a dealership where they might have to flash your car back to the factory tune, and then you get it back. And under the old times where they would, you would mail in your ECU, or you'd take it to the shop and they'd do the ECU tune. Well, now you'd have to go back to the shop, or now you'd have to mail your ECU tune in, in again. This allows you to flash it right back to the Renntech tune without having to go anywhere or suffer the inconvenience. So I like that about this. It also allows me to show you what the CLS 550 was like before the ECU tune and what it's like with the Renntech tune afterwards. All right, so a lot of you probably want to know what the Renntech ECU tune does to your car on a regular daily driving basis. I want you to know that it doesn't make the car behave more aggressively. It doesn't hold on to gears longer to give you a jerky ride. The shift points, both in the sport mode, manual mode, and economy mode, which, by the way, all remain intact, those shift points all remain intact as well. So it really doesn't change the personality of your car during daily round the town driving. Where it does change the personality of your car in particular is over 2,000 RPM. I would say that the Renntech tune turns this car into something more like a 1980s Porsche 930. Below 2,000 RPM, there is some improvement in acceleration, but I have to say, over 2,000 RPM, this car turns into a beast relative to what it was before. Acceleration for this car and top speeds, because I've had the top speed deleted, top speeds will bring this car, and acceleration will bring this car into the realm of the V8 Lamborghinis and V8 Ferraris. But it does not change the personality of the car below 2,000 RPM and in daily driving. So, does the Renntech tune void your warranty? That's the question going around everywhere. And the answer is not simple. I had called Mercedes-Benz of North America. I love these turns here on this exit. I had called Mercedes-Benz of North America and spent an hour and a half on hold, holding for this person, holding for that person, being misunderstood by this person, most of the people there didn't even know what an ECU was. I had to educate the people at Mercedes-Benz of North America. Finally, I was able to pry out of one of the managers' mouths that they were going to defer to the local dealerships to decide whether an ECU tune voids your factory warranty or not. And I was like, well, wait a minute. You guys are issuing what amounts to the insurance policy. You are issuing the paper of what is a warranty, but yet you are going to defer to the local dealerships as to whether it voids the warranty or not. And they're like, yep. Very puzzling. So I went to my local Mercedes-Benz dealership and I asked them, okay guys, Renntech tune, does that void your warranty or not? And I spoke with the service manager at my local Mercedes-Benz dealer, and he said, okay, well, number one, how are we going to know that you have a tune on your ECU? It doesn't say this ECU has a tune on it. So if you're worried about that, keep the badges off your car. I'm not worried about it. I put the badges on my car, and they knew it because he also brought up this point. We're in the business of making money. And do you think we're going to turn your car away because we know it has a tune on the ECU? No. We want to fix what's broken. We want the service dollars. So it's kind of an unspoken rule that Mercedes-Benz doesn't enforce factory warranties of Mercedes-Benz of North America. And number two, the local dealership, who Mercedes-Benz of North America defers to, isn't going to turn you in for getting a Renntech tune either. So the practical applications of does a Renntech tune void your factory warranties is no. All right, as we get turned around here, I do want to talk about having the top speed governor deleted, which I've had done. So you've got to be really careful when you get a top speed governor deleted. It's on there for a reason. The CLS 550 from the factory is top speed governed to 135 miles an hour. There's a reason for that. The reason for that is the equipment that comes with the car is only rated to that speed. Perfect case in point. The Conti Pro contacts that come with this car, the OEMs, are only rated to HR speeds. That's 136 miles an hour, and I guess it's what, for over 10 minutes, right? So if you get your top speed governor deleted, caution, put ZR rated tires on your car. What's the point of deleting your top speed if you can't go there? There was a column that I read which put the CLS 550's theoretical top speed at 178 miles an hour. The way this car feels now with the Renntech tune and the top speed governor deleted, I would certainly and confidently say puts it at an over 200 mile an hour car. So be very careful when you get your top speed governor deleted. That being said, I have to say this too. Renntech has done such an incredible job with his ECU tune, and it has transformed the acceleration and top speed abilities of this car to the point where it's unbalanced the car. What I mean by unbalanced is, okay, sure, you can go 165 miles an hour if you're crazy enough to in the left lane, and then what happens when some idiot pulls out right in front of you into the left lane? Do you have the brakes to bring yourself from 165 miles an hour down to 60 miles an hour? Probably not. The amount of energy that this car can produce in short spans of straight line distance is a lot more now than the CLS 550 with a factory ECU tune can. So you can throw yourself into a lot of different corners, but the question is does your car have the handling to keep it on track during those cornering experiences? Probably not. People are playing games with me. No, they don't want to let me in. But I can choose wherever I want to be with this Renntech ECU tune. It wasn't like I couldn't do that before, but now it's just, I think my way into holes in traffic, and I'm there. We're gonna hop back on the turnpike here, and I'm gonna give it as much of a pull as I can. Safety being, of course, paramount. And what I'll do too is I'll post some polls filming the speedometer only, and we'll put some times there as well. Note that the density altitude in South Florida during the summer is very high. That meaning that the heat is actually making it feel as if this car is at a higher altitude than it actually is, which will diminish performance. Got a little bit of playroom in front of us here. Yeah, I can truly say that you need a real closed track to explore the envelopes of this Renntech ECU tune. It's not possible on normal streets, normal freeways. You're going to get yourself arrested or in trouble or hurt. All right. Oh my gosh, big hole, big hole. All right, from 30 to 75 miles an hour in 3 seconds. It's bonkers. It's really a pleasure to drive. One of the good definitions of the word power is knowing that you have it and not using it. More often than not, I find myself in that situation. I don't want to endanger people with the power of this car. This car puts you into the realm, again, of Ferrari V8s, Lamborghini V8s, Porsche 911 turbos. I don't know, maybe not the Turbo S. But yeah, the Renntech tune makes this car incredibly fun to drive. People see the Renntech badge on the car all the time. Your Dodge Scat Packs and everybody that likes a good race, and they always pull up next to you and they want to do the 3 honk race, the 3 honk pulls, and that, I mean, that's fun. But what the Renntech tune also does is it puts you into a different caliber of car. Cars that you might have had fun with, like BMW 340s or other non-M cars, are now just fodder. They're fodder. I don't want to tell you how I know that, but I know that. But yeah, truly challenging cars are now your Hellcats, your what else? Your M cars, definitely. I mean, some M cars are also just not competition. Your S's, your Audi R, and here comes the BMW. Yeah, your Audi R editions, not a challenge. Maybe RS's, but yeah, this definitely puts it into a different level. All right, for now, I'm going to wrap this initial Renntech tune review, but stay tuned and come back for the drag race with a equivalent AMG, a CLS 63 AMG. I found somebody that will participate with me in a quarter-mile race at the Bradenton Raceway. So that video is coming up, a comparative analysis of the 2 cars matched head-to-head. And then I also have an appointment with a very special company here for another video where we're actually going to find out how much horsepower and torque this Renntech tune has put onto this very example of a CLS 550. So anyway, putting safety first doesn't mean your drive experience has to be boring.